Hey, welcome back to the channel. Glad you can join me. I figured in this video I'll go over the parts that I'm going to use for the budget build that I'm building my niece. Now, she doesn't need a lot of graphics power uh, when it comes to this budget build that I'm building. Uh, she mainly uses her computer for, Facebook games and email and stuff like that. But I did want to give her room to grow in the future, so we'll start off with the motherboard that I bought her. Was the Gigabyte B450M. Now, all motherboards are, I won't say basically the same, but in certain price points, you can expect about the same quality. Gigabyte, Asus, ASRock, MSI, they're all good manufacturers, but I've had more luck of motherboards lasting a long time when I've chosen a Gigabyte motherboard. So that's why I chose this one. Now I could have gone with a cheaper one like an A320 or the B350, but since this one here I got it on sale, so I figured that, why not spend a few extra dollars more to get the latest motherboard. So that's why I chose this one. The next part we got is my go-to for budget builds, the 2200G. Now, I love this little processor. One, it's not expensive. This one here I got up for $87 at Walmart. So I figure that's a great price for a 4-core processor that's clocked at 3.5 gigahertz and it boosts to 3.7. And graphics are built in. So that part is taken care of. Like I said, she doesn't need a lot of graphics power. So that's the processor I went with. Next is memory. Now, luckily, memory prices have started to come down. So I got her some Patriot Viper memory, 8 gigabytes of it. Like I said, she doesn't need a whole lot of memory right now, but she can always add memory down the road. So that's the way I like to build my systems, is I like to give room for growth. So that's why I chose the 8 gigabytes of Patriot Viper memory, because it was sorry about that, it's my phone. So lost my train of thought. Memory. Now this is a 2666 megahertz memory, but it was only 50 bucks, so couldn't pass that up. The next one is, I'll probably get a lot of naysayers on this one, but the Inland Professional Solid State Drive, 408 gigabytes. Excuse me, 480 gigabytes. This is a very cheap drive, but I have used this countless times and have never had one failure. So I really like this little drive. It's not the fastest drive on the market, but it still beats the pants off having like a mechanical hard drive in your system. This one here just will run circles around it. And you really don't notice, if I had two systems set up here, and went to boot them up and used them to surf the web or stuff like that, you really can't tell that much of a difference in between using, a cheaper solid state drive than something like the more expensive drives that are on the market. You know, uh, like I said, this is my go-to drive. I've used this countless times and never had one problem out of it. And it's $50. So when building a budget rig, of course, obviously, price is a major factor in what you're doing. And where did it go here? Sorry about that. My power supply. Uh, Now, the case that I'm using does come with a power supply, but it's a little 250 watt power supply that I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw it. So I did buy an extra power supply here, uh, Antec 500 watt. If she wanted to put, the low or mid-range graphics cards in her machine, she would be fine with doing that later on down the road. So all in all here, this system has cost $300, which isn't bad. I could have shaved a few dollars here and there, but $300 is not bad for a budget build. So right now I'm going to edit in a before of the case. The case is already finished, but I modded the case a little bit, gave it a paint job, and I'll be back here in a second. So here's the case I'm using. Now, it's quite cheap. I got it from a friend. Uh, as you can see, it's quite dated, but this is for a budget build. And to keep price down, I'm going to go ahead and use this case, but I also want to, update it and make it look at least a little better than what it was or what it is. So as you can see, it's quite cheap, but you can find these cases all over the place. Look at Facebook Marketplace. You can usually pick them up dirt cheap. I do have a couple of these that I've actually bought for like $5. So if you're into doing a budget build, you might look at that. So here it is. It's just a basic case, but I'll be back and let's see what we can do if we can update this thing, make it look a little more modern. So here we are, finished build. I did think about doing an actual build video, but I figured there's so many build videos on YouTube that I'd kind of forego that this time. Unless you guys might be interested in seeing that, then I'll do one. But I got the case all painted. It's all put together. Um, this is the finished product. I still got to go back. It was an afterthought of my niece wanted to use a CD-ROM drive, so I threw one in there. I still got to go back and paint the bezel on it and stuff to match the rest of the case. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments below. If you like the video, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. I have more stuff coming up. Till next time, I'm out of here. You guys have a good one.